Video, I'm going to be talking about subject versus object pronouns. So as we know, pronouns replace nouns. They can stand in place for them. And so instead of saying Miss Edwards, you could say she. So pronouns can also show possession. They can show that that laptop is his. So subject pronouns are pronouns that show who or what is doing the action. So, they ran the mile. I went to the office today. So, here, basically, it's a pronoun that is the subject. Object pronouns are pronouns that show who or what is receiving the action. So this is when the pronoun is not the subject. So here, Aiden made sure to water his plants. So Aiden's the subject, water is the verb, and what is he watering? His plants. It's the object. So here are some more examples. So subject pronouns. I went to the store yesterday. She is feeling tired. We ran 4 miles last night. Object pronouns. Calvin gave the book to her yesterday. So Calvin is our subject, gave is our verb, and the object, is the book to her. Cassidy saw him at the library. Again, Cassidy is our subject, saw is our verb, and so what is she seeing? She's seeing him. It's our object. Becky already returned it to the store. So it is another one of our pronouns. It can stand in place for a noun. And so Becky is our subject, returned is our verb, and it is the object that she returned. So really quickly, I wanted to point out that a sentence can have both a subject pronoun and an object pronoun. So here, she is the subject, showed is the verb, her is our object pronoun, the graph. So she showed, and then the object, her. So we can put these subject pronouns and object pronouns into different categories. And this is going to be something important for you to write down, take a screenshot of, have somewhere for you to reference. So here we can see that the singular subject pronouns are I, you, she, he, it. So those are all of the pronouns that can be subjects. Singular. Plural, we have we, you all, and they. So again, those can be subjects, and those are plural. For our object pronouns, we have me, you, her, him, it, and then us, you all, and them. So one thing is that it is in both categories. You all is also in both categories. You is also in both categories. So this can be helpful, but we really need to use our brain and ask ourselves, is this the subject? And if it is the subject, it's the subject pronoun. If it's not, it's the object pronoun. So compound subjects are when 2 or more people are doing the action in the sentence. So if 2 people or 2 or more are doing the action, that is called a compound subject. So here, an example, Olivia and I are going to the concert tonight. Olivia and I is the subject. Both of them are doing the action, so it is a compound subject. Compound objects are when there are more than, There's two or more people that are receiving the action in the sentence. So Michael gave the tickets to Olivia and me. So here, Michael is the subject, gave is the verb, and the object pronouns, the compound object pronouns here are Olivia and me, because there's two of them. So, easily confused pronouns. Many people confuse the pronouns I and me. In order to tell which one should be used, you need to figure out if it is being used as a subject pronoun or an object pronoun. So, figuring out whether it's a subject pronoun or an object pronoun is important for having proper grammar, using the proper pronoun. So here, Tim and I saw B. There, the subject pronoun is I. B saw Tim and me. Here, me is the object pronoun. And so when we have this sentence phrased with the pronoun in the subject, it's I. When we have this sentence phrased so that the pronoun is the object, it's me. And it's always going to be that way. So that's going to be a rule to remember. So you want to ask yourself two questions. Is the person or thing doing the action, or are they receiving the action? And that can lead you to, is it a subject pronoun or an object pronoun? If it's a subject pronoun, it's always going to be I. If it's an object pronoun, it's always going to be me. So, here, Maria and blank arrived at school. Maria and blank are doing the action, so they are the subject pronoun. So we are going to use I. Joe told a joke to Jim and blank. Joe is the subject and told is the verb. So we know that this is going to be an object pronoun, and so we're going to use me instead of I. And so a lot of the times Maria and me arrive to school. That's how a lot of people write their, and use their pronouns. But that is incorrect. It's supposed to be Maria and I. And then Joe told a joke to Jim and me. So, here's another one. Julia and blank were on the way to grab dinner for my mom and blank. So Julia and blank is the subject. They are on their way to grab dinner, which is the action verb. So we're going to use I because it's a subject pronoun. Julia and I were on our way to grab dinner. Now, my mom and blank is not the subject, so we know it's the object. And so, in this case, it would be me. So the whole sentence would be Julia and I were on our way to grab dinner for my mom and me. So some final tips. I is our subject pronoun. Me is our object pronoun. So when looking for subject-object pronouns, again, it is helpful to jot down the chart of the subject and object pronouns from slide 5. And you want to ask yourself, is this pronoun doing the action or is it receiving the action? If it's doing the action, it's I. If it's receiving the action, it's me. So you're going to go on to our Google form for today. I'd suggest using the split screen to help you. And if you have any questions, you can email me. My office hours are on Thursday after school, or you can sign up using the Calendly link to meet with me today on Wednesday.